Today we're going to talk about something that everyone faces: enemies of success. Maybe you've felt stuck, afraid, or too comfortable to take the next step. Or maybe you keep saying, "I'll do it tomorrow," but tomorrow never comes. If that sounds like you, don't worry, you're not alone. We all have moments when fear, doubt, or distractions hold us back. Have you ever felt stuck? Like no matter how hard you try, something always holds you back? Maybe it's fear whispering in your ear, or that voice telling you you're not good enough. We all have those moments when giving up feels easier than pushing forward. But what if I told you that these feelings, these struggles, are not your enemies? They are the enemies of success, the invisible walls built by fear, doubt, and old habits. This video is not just about motivation. It's about real truths we all face every day. It's about understanding what stops us and, more importantly, how to break free. If you want to finally take control, stop making excuses, and turn your dreams into reality, then stay with me until the very end. Because what you learn here could change everything. Remember, success is not about being perfect. It's about being brave enough to fight your own doubts and keep going no matter what. Ready to meet your enemies and defeat them? Let's begin. Chapter 1. Fear, the silent killer of dreams. Fear is one of the most powerful emotions in the world. It has the ability to stop us before we even begin. It is silent, invisible, and often hidden deep inside our minds. But its impact is loud. Fear kills dreams before they can grow. You may not see fear, but you feel it. Fear comes when you want to try something new. It whispers, "What if you fail? What will people say? Are you really good enough?" These small questions can feel like loud alarms. And many people, instead of fighting fear, choose to walk away. They stop trying. They stop dreaming. Fear of failure is the most common fear. People are afraid of making mistakes. They worry they will look stupid or weak. But here's the truth. Failure is not the end. Failure is part of the journey. Every successful person has failed. Not once. Many times. But they didn't give up. They learned from it. They used failure as a lesson, not a limit. Another strong fear is the fear of judgment. People care too much about what others think. They stop doing what they love because they don't want to be laughed at. They don't want to be different. So, they stay quiet. They stay small. But staying small doesn't protect your dreams. It kills them slowly. Remember, people will always have opinions. You cannot control their words, but you can control your actions. Live for your goals, not their judgment. Rejection is also painful. Whether it's a job, an idea, or a relationship, rejection hurts. It makes us feel like we're not good enough. But rejection is not personal. It's not a sign that you should stop. It's a redirection, a way of saying, try again, try differently. Many people were rejected hundreds of times before they succeeded. What made them special? They kept going. Here is something important to understand. Most people don't fail because they're not good enough. They fail because they never try. Fear holds them back. It builds walls around their dreams, and those dreams stay locked inside forever. That's why fear is so dangerous. It doesn't scream. It whispers. It waits. And then, it steals your future. You don't have to be fearless. That's not realistic. We are all afraid. Fear is normal. It means you care. It means something is important to you. But here's the secret. You don't have to be fearless. You just have to be brave. Brave people feel fear too. They just take action anyway. That's what courage is. Action in the face of fear. Think about the first time you tried to speak English in front of others. Maybe your voice shook. Maybe you were afraid of making mistakes. But the moment you spoke, you grew. You faced your fear, and that made you stronger. The same is true in life. Every time you move through fear, you grow. You build confidence. You become better. Fear tries to protect us, but it also limits us. It keeps us in a small, safe place. That place is called the comfort zone. It feels nice. No risk, no failure, but also no growth, no progress, no success. The comfort zone is where dreams go to sleep. If you want to succeed, you must leave that zone. You must walk through fear. Think of fear as a door. On the other side of that door is your goal, your dream, your new life. But most people never open the door. They stand in front of it for years, waiting for fear to go away. But fear doesn't go away on its own. You must move through it, open the door, walk forward, even if your legs are shaking. Let me tell you something powerful. Your future is bigger than your fear. Everything you want, a better job, a stronger body, more confidence, success, is waiting on the other side of fear. But you must go get it. Nobody can do it for you. You must decide. Will you listen to fear? Or will you listen to your dream? You don't need to make a big move today. You don't need to be a hero. Just take a small step. One small step is all it takes. One email, one lesson, one brave moment. Do something today that your future self will thank you for. Do something that fear doesn't want you to do. Here's a little exercise. Write down one thing you want to do, but fear is stopping you. It could be applying for a job, starting a YouTube channel, learning a skill, or speaking English in public. Then ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen? Now ask yourself, what's the best that can happen? Most of the time, the best is far greater than the worst. Fear will always be there, but so will your dream. The question is, which voice will you listen to? Will you give your power to fear or to faith? Remember this. You are stronger than your fear. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are not alone. Many people feel the same fear you do. But those who succeed are the ones who take action, not because they're not afraid, but because they believe in something bigger than fear. Believe in yourself. Believe in your goal. And take one step, even if it's a small one. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait until the fear disappears. The perfect time is now. Your life won't change overnight, but it will change if you decide to walk through fear and fight for your dreams. Chapter 2. Comfort Zone. The place where dreams die slowly. The comfort zone feels good. It's warm. It's familiar. Nothing surprises you there. No one judges you. No one pushes you. Everything feels easy. But what if I told you that the comfort zone is not your friend? What if I told you that it is the quietest place where dreams go to die? Inside the comfort zone, you feel safe, but you're not growing. You're not learning. You're not becoming better. You're just repeating the same day, again and again. Many people live this way. They wake up, do the same things, feel the same feelings, and wonder why life never changes. Why is this a problem? Because deep inside you, there is a dream, a goal, a version of you that wants more growth, more success, more life. But that version cannot live in the comfort zone. It needs challenge. It needs pressure. It needs action. And action begins outside the comfort zone. You see, comfort is the enemy of progress. When you are too comfortable, you stop trying. You stop asking questions. You stop taking risks. And slowly, day by day, your dreams fade away. Not because they were impossible, but because you never stepped out to chase them. Many people say they want to succeed. They want to be great. They want to improve their English, start a business, get fit, or become more confident. But when it's time to act, fear enters, and comfort wins. They stay where it's easy. They say, maybe tomorrow, but tomorrow becomes next week, and next week becomes never. Here's a truth most people avoid. You cannot grow and stay comfortable at the same time. Growth hurts. Change is scary. But success lives in that fear. Success begins the moment you leave comfort behind. Think about how you learned to walk as a baby. You fell many times. You cried. You got hurt. But you kept trying. You didn't stay in comfort. You fought through the pain. And now walking is easy. The same is true for anything in life. First, it's uncomfortable. Then, it becomes natural. Let's talk about learning English. At first, it's hard. You feel shy. You make mistakes. People might laugh. That's uncomfortable. But if you stay in your comfort zone and avoid speaking, you'll never improve. You'll just stay stuck. But if you step out, even just a little, you grow. Every mistake becomes a lesson. Every moment of discomfort becomes a step forward. Here's the beautiful part. The more you leave your comfort zone, the bigger your comfort zone becomes. What once scared you now becomes easy. What once felt impossible now feels normal. You grow stronger. You grow wiser. You grow into the person you were meant to be. But you must choose it. Nobody can push you out of the comfort zone. You must push yourself. You must decide that your dream is more important than your fear. You must choose to grow, even when it hurts. Yes, it will feel strange. Yes, it will feel awkward. But that is a sign that you are on the right path. Because real growth doesn't feel easy. It feels uncomfortable. It feels risky. But it also feels alive. Here's an example. Imagine you want to run a marathon. If you only run when you feel comfortable, you'll never reach the finish line. But if you run when it's hard, when your legs are tired, when your heart is racing, that's when you get better. That's when you build strength. That's when you grow. Life is no different. If you want to build a strong future, you must leave your comfort behind. Comfort might keep you safe, but it will never take you far. You are made for more than safety. You are made for greatness. The comfort zone is like a small cage. It protects you, but it also traps you. You think you're free, but you're stuck. If you want freedom, if you want real success, you must break out. You must risk something. You must move, even when you feel afraid. So, how do you do it? Start small. Take one uncomfortable action each day. Speak English with someone new. Say yes to something that scares you. Try something you've been putting off. Each step outside the comfort zone is a step toward the life you want. And yes, you will feel fear. But that's okay. Fear is not a stop sign. Fear is a signal that growth is near. Welcome it. Use it. Let fear remind you that you are stretching, learning, and becoming more. It's easy to stay average. It's easy to repeat the same day over and over. But you weren't born to be average. You weren't born to live the same story as everyone else. You were born to rise, to explore, to build, to lead. And that journey begins the moment you walk away from comfort. Look around at the people you admire, athletes, leaders, creators. They all left their comfort zones. They felt the same fear you do, but they moved anyway, and that made all the difference. So today ask yourself, are you living in your comfort zone? Are you choosing ease over growth? If yes, it's time to wake up. Because the comfort zone may feel safe, but it's also where dreams die slowly. Success starts when comfort ends. Growth begins when fear arrives. Greatness lives outside your easy life. It's waiting for you. But first, you must leave the place that's holding you back. Are you ready to take the first step? Chapter 3. Procrastination. The thief of time and progress. We all do it. We say, I'll start tomorrow. I'll do it later. Now isn't the right time. But the truth is, tomorrow often never comes. Later turns into weeks. And someday becomes never. Procrastination feels harmless at first. You delay a task. You say you'll come back to it. But deep inside, you know you're running away. You're not avoiding the task. You're avoiding the responsibility. You're avoiding the challenge. And over time, that small delay grows into a big wall between you and your goals. Procrastination is a silent thief. It doesn't break into your life with noise. It quietly steals your time, your confidence, and your chances. 1 hour becomes a day. 1 day becomes a week becomes a month. And suddenly, you realize the year has passed, and your dreams are still on hold. You feel guilty. You feel stressed. You feel behind. And all because you kept saying, I'll start soon. Sometimes we procrastinate because the task feels too big. We look at the mountain and think, I can't climb that. But you don't need to reach the top today. You just need to take the first step. One small action leads to another. Success doesn't come all at once. It's built one tiny moment at a time. When you keep waiting for the perfect time, you miss the power of this time. Right now, this minute, this moment. This is your chance to start. Other times, procrastination hides behind perfectionism. You tell yourself, I'm not ready. It's not good enough yet. I'll wait until I feel more confident. But the truth is, you grow confidence by doing. You become ready by starting. No one begins as an expert. Every master was once a beginner. Every winner once felt unsure. If you wait for perfect, you will never begin. And without beginning, you'll never improve. Perfection is not the goal. Progress is. Fear also plays a big role. You might be afraid of failing. You might be afraid of what others will think. So, you delay action to protect yourself from disappointment. But in reality, waiting only brings more pain. You keep thinking about the thing you didn't do. The guilt grows. The task becomes harder in your mind, and soon it feels impossible. Not because it is, but because you avoided it for too long. The more you delay, the more stress you feel. Deadlines approach, tasks pile up, and now you're not just avoiding work, you're avoiding life. You feel stuck, you lose energy, you lose joy. But here's the good news. You don't have to stay in that cycle. You can break it today, right now, with one decision. Start small, start scared, start tired, but start. Take 5 minutes. Open that book. Write one sentence. Go for a short walk. Make that one call. Do something. Anything. Once you begin, momentum builds. You feel proud. You feel motivated. And suddenly, you're not running from the task anymore. You're running toward your goal. That small step becomes the reason you keep going. Remember this: action creates clarity. When you move, even a little, your mind becomes clearer. You begin to believe in yourself. You stop waiting for motivation and create it through action. Procrastination loses its power when you take control. You're not lazy. You're not weak. You're just stuck in a habit of waiting. But habits can change. You can create new ones that push you forward instead of holding you back. Every day is a new chance, a blank page. And it's never too late to rewrite your story. You don't have to finish everything today. You just have to begin. Don't wait for the mood to be right. Don't wait for the fear to go away. Don't wait until you feel confident. Do it afraid. Do it unsure. Do it imperfectly. But do it. Because time is moving, and your dream is waiting. Procrastination will always try to whisper in your ear. It will tell you to delay, to wait, to stay safe. But you don't have to listen. You have the power to say, "Not today." You have the power to rise above comfort and fear. You have the strength to act, even if it's just a little bit at a time. The truth is, success doesn't belong to the most talented. It belongs to the most consistent. The ones who show up, even when it's hard. The ones who act, even when they're afraid. The ones who stop making excuses and start making progress. So, ask yourself, what is one thing I can do today, right now, that brings me closer to my goal? Don't think big, think small, but act. Start. Do. Your future is created by what you do, not what you delay. Don't let procrastination steal another moment. The right time is not later, it's now. Chapter 4. Lack of confidence. The lie that you're not enough. Lack of confidence is a quiet voice that shouts inside your mind. It whispers, "You can't," before you even try. It tells you that other people are smarter, stronger, and luckier than you. It shows you every weakness and hides every strength. The sad truth is that many people accept this voice as the final truth. They decide they are not enough, and they stop before they start. They never raise a hand, never share an idea, never step onto the stage. They live with a dream in their heart and a chain around their spirit. But confidence is not a gift that some lucky people receive at birth. Confidence is created by action. You do something small, you succeed or fail, you learn, and you try again. Slowly, the voice of doubt becomes softer, and the voice of belief becomes louder. It is a process, not a miracle. It is built brick by brick, choice by choice. Think about a baby learning to walk. The child stands, wobbles, falls, and stands again. There is no long speech of motivation, no deep reflection on talent. There is only action and repetition. Step, fall, rise, repeat. And one day, the steps become walking. That is how confidence grows. The problem is that adults forget this simple truth. We think we must feel strong before we act. We wait for a full power belief to appear, like a bright light switch turning on. When the switch never flips, we say, "See, I am not confident," and we back away. We never notice that confidence actually follows action, not the other way around. Small actions create small wins, and small wins create stronger belief. You do not need to believe in yourself completely to start. You only need a tiny spark of maybe. Maybe I can speak up in this meeting. Maybe I can send this application. Maybe I can introduce myself in English today. That small maybe is enough. Take one step on the shaky bridge. Feel the boards move beneath your feet. Your heart will race, your palms will sweat, but you will still be moving forward. After that first step, the next step feels a little steadier, and slowly, the bridge that once looked impossible becomes a path you can travel. Remember a time you learned a new skill, riding a bike, typing on a keyboard, cooking your first meal. At first, you had no confidence, but you tried. Maybe you burned the food or fell off the bike, yet you tried again. Improvement came from practice, not from waiting for courage to arrive. That same rule still applies to every new challenge today. Confidence is built through doing, failing, adjusting, and doing again. It is muscle, not magic. The voice of "I can't" often sounds like truth because it repeats familiar stories. Maybe a teacher once told you you weren't good at math. Maybe a classmate laughed at your accent. Maybe a parent, without meaning harm, kept pointing out your mistakes. Those words can sink deep, but those words are not destiny. They are opinions from the past, not facts about the future. Your history is a reference, not a cage. You can write new sentences on the next page. Take a simple example, speaking English. Many learners stay silent because they fear mistakes. They believe fluency must come before confidence. Yet every fluent speaker on earth started with broken sentences. They spoke, stumbled, corrected, and kept speaking. Confidence grew because they used the language, not because they studied it in silence. Action created belief. Confidence also grows when you focus on strengths instead of weaknesses. Every person has abilities that come naturally. Maybe you listen well. Maybe you solve problems quickly. Maybe you bring humor into stressful rooms. When you work from your strengths, you feel useful. Those feeling feeds confidence. Spend time listing what you do well. It may feel strange at first, but it trains your brain to see resources instead of gaps. Another tool is preparation. Preparation is quiet work that pays loud dividends. When you prepare for a presentation, you practice your points, control your breathing, and visualize success. When the moment arrives, you step forward already familiar with the ground. Preparation does not remove nerves, but it reduces shock. It turns a mountain into a hill. Surroundings matter too. Spend time with people who challenge you kindly, who cheer for your attempts, who model bravery in their own lives. Confidence is contagious. When you see someone else act despite fear, your brain whispers, "Maybe I can too." Choose environments that stretch you rather than shrink you. Of course, setbacks will happen. You will speak and stumble. You will launch a project and watch it fail. In those moments, the old lie will return. See, you're not enough. That is when you must answer back. Failure is feedback, not a final verdict. Ask, "What can I learn?" and then act on the lesson. Each recovery from failure is a brick in the wall of confidence. Celebrate progress, not perfection. Did you ask a question in class? Celebrate. Did you post your first video, even if few watched? Celebrate. Small victories are seeds. Water them with recognition, and they will grow into strong roots of belief. Confidence, then, is a habit. It is the outcome of many small, courageous choices repeated over time. It is the sum of your actions, thoughts, and environments. It is available to anyone willing to practice. So, the next time you hear the inner lie that says you are not enough, pause, breathe, reply with action, send the email, speak the sentence, step onto the stage even if your voice shakes. You do not need full confidence to begin. You only need enough to take the first step. The rest will build itself, one brave moment at a time. Chapter 5. Poor Decision Making. When your future suffers for the present. Life is built on decisions. Every day we choose what to say, what to do, where to go, and who to trust. Some choices are small, like what to eat or what time to sleep. Others are big, which job to take, whether to move, when to speak up. But all of them matter. One bad choice can delay your dreams. One wise choice can open doors you never expected. That's why poor decision-making is one of the biggest enemies of success. Many people fail not because they lack talent, but because they make the wrong decisions at the wrong time. Sometimes we act too quickly. A moment of anger, fear, or pressure pushes us into decisions we later regret. We say things we don't mean. We quit too soon. We spend money we don't have. These fast, emotional decisions may feel good now, but they often damage our future. Imagine this. You're frustrated with your job. One bad day comes, and you storm out, quitting without a plan. In that moment, you feel powerful. But the next day, you wake up with fear. You have no income, no strategy, just regret. This is what poor decision-making looks like. It trades long-term gain for short-term relief. Success doesn't require speed, it requires clarity. Great decisions come from a calm mind. You need time to think, to reflect, to breathe. Before acting, ask yourself, what will this decision cost me in the future? Will I be proud of this choice a year from now? Good questions create good answers. The more you pause before acting, the more power you give your future self. Another problem is impulsive decision-making. We want results now, so we rush. We skip learning and chase shortcuts. But shortcuts often lead to dead ends. For example, someone who wants to lose weight might skip meals or try extreme diets. It works for a week, maybe 2. Then comes weakness, sickness, and a return to bad habits. Why? Because they chose fast results over sustainable growth. Real success is slow. It takes time to learn, grow, and make wise choices. It takes patience to say no to things that feel good now, but hurt later. Like spending hours on social media when you should be studying, or staying in a relationship that feels safe but stops your growth. Every moment you give to the wrong path is a moment stolen from the right one. Sometimes, we also avoid making decisions at all. We feel unsure, so we do nothing. But inaction is also a decision, and often a harmful one. Waiting too long can mean missing out. Opportunities don't wait forever. You have to be brave enough to decide, even when the outcome is uncertain. Progress always begins with a choice. If decision-making is a skill, then it must be trained. You can become a better decision-maker. Start with small, daily choices. What will you eat today? Will you exercise or rest? Will you study or scroll? With each good decision, you gain confidence. You begin to trust yourself. And that trust helps when bigger choices come. Here's a simple method you can try, the 3-second rule. When you face a choice, pause for 3 seconds. Ask yourself, 1. Is this helping my future or hurting it? 2. Am I acting on emotion or wisdom? 3. Will I regret this tomorrow? These 3 questions can stop a bad decision before it starts. Also, think about long-term vision. What kind of life do you want in 5 years? What skills, habits, and people will help you get there? Use that vision like a compass. If a decision moves you closer, say yes. If it pulls you away, say no. Even if it's hard, don't let short-term comfort destroy long-term success. Sometimes the right choice is uncomfortable. Waking up early, saying no to parties, starting again after failure. These things hurt now, but help later. That's the true test. Can you suffer a little today for a better tomorrow? Another trap is making decisions based on what others want, not what you need. Friends, family, or society may expect you to live a certain way, but it's your life. You must choose your path. If you always follow the crowd, you'll lose your own direction. Learn to listen to advice, but make your own decision. You must also learn from past mistakes. Everyone makes bad decisions, but not everyone grows from them. Reflect on your choices. What went wrong? What can you do better next time? Growth doesn't come from perfection. It comes from awareness. Build your decision-making muscles every day. Start with the small things. Choose the healthy food instead of junk. Choose the book instead of the phone. Choose the hard conversation instead of silence. Each smart choice is a step forward, and soon you'll start to see the difference in your life. Better focus, less stress, more progress. Remember, you are always one decision away from a new direction. You don't have to change everything at once. Just make one better choice today, then another tomorrow. Step by step, decision by decision, you will build the life you dream of. Success is not luck. It's not magic. It's the result of clear thinking, wise choices, and the courage to do what's right, even when it's hard. So, choose wisely. Your future depends on it. Chapter 6. Lack of discipline. The reason you start but never finish. Motivation is powerful. It lights a fire inside you. It gives you energy and excitement to begin something new. But motivation is like a spark. It doesn't last forever. After a while, the spark fades. That's when discipline takes over. Discipline is the quiet force that keeps you moving when motivation disappears. Without discipline, dreams stay just dreams. Goals stay on paper and nothing changes. Think about all the times you started something with passion. Maybe it was learning English, exercising, or working on a project. At first, everything felt exciting. You told yourself, "This time, I will finish." But slowly, distractions came. Life got busy. You felt tired. That passion dimmed, and you stopped. Why? Because discipline was missing. Discipline means doing what you must, even when you don't want to. It means showing up every day, putting in the work, and staying focused. It's waking up early to practice. It's saying no to distractions like social media or TV. It's choosing hard work over comfort. Discipline is the bridge between goals and results. Many people think motivation is enough to succeed. They wait to feel ready or feel inspired. But success is not about feeling ready. It's about commitment and consistency. The truth is, you don't have to feel like doing something to do it. You only have to decide that your goal is worth the effort every single day. Your future depends on the habits you build today. Small choices, repeated daily, create your life's path. Drinking water instead of soda, reading a page instead of scrolling a feed, writing one sentence instead of procrastinating. These small acts, done with discipline, become powerful habits. and habits lead to success. Discipline gives you freedom. Freedom from stress, anxiety, and disappointment. When you follow your plan with discipline, you don't worry about last-minute pressure or deadlines. You don't need to rely on luck or sudden motivation. You control your progress. You control your life. Discipline is not punishment. It's a gift you give yourself. It trains your mind and body to work toward your dreams, even when the road is tough. Imagine how proud you'll feel after finishing what you started. Imagine how different your life will be after months of steady effort. Many people fail because they confuse discipline with harshness. They think it means being strict or hard on themselves. But real discipline is kindness and respect for your future. It's saying, I believe in myself enough to keep going. It's protecting your goals like they matter, because they do. If you want to build discipline, start small. Set clear, simple goals. For example, commit to studying English for 10 minutes every day. No excuses, no skipping. After a week, increase to 15 minutes, then 20. Celebrate your small wins. Each step forward builds your confidence and discipline muscle. Another key is to create routines. Routines remove the need to decide every day. When something becomes routine, it feels natural. You don't waste energy on thinking. You just do it. Whether it's a morning walk, writing practice, or reading, routines keep you consistent. Remember, discipline is a practice. You won't be perfect every day. You will miss days. You will feel tired or distracted. That's normal. What matters is returning to your path. Every time you get back up, you get stronger. The secret is this: discipline turns your dreams into reality. It changes I want to into I did. It transforms your ideas into achievements. It makes success not a lucky accident, but a natural outcome of your effort. So, don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start now with discipline. Decide that your goal is more important than temporary feelings or distractions. Commit to the process. Trust that with each small action, you are building the life you want. Discipline is your most powerful tool. Use it well. It is the reason people start but never finish, or the reason people finish and win. The choice is yours. Chapter 7. You are stronger than your excuses. Everyone faces enemies on the path to success. These enemies are not monsters or villains. They are fears, doubts, and habits inside us all. Even the greatest people you admire have faced these challenges. They have felt afraid, unready, or distracted. They have faced moments when giving up seemed easier. What makes the difference between those who win and those who quit is not talent or luck. It is the decision to change. You might think, I am too late, or I am not strong enough. These thoughts can stop you before you start. But the truth is, it is never too late. Your past does not define your future. You have the power to choose your next step, right now. Strength is not about never falling. It is about getting up again, every time you fall. It is about fighting your excuses and saying, I will try again. Your excuses are real. They come in many forms. Fear of failure, feeling unprepared, waiting for the perfect time. But these excuses are also your enemies. They steal your time, your confidence, and your dreams. You can defeat them, but only if you choose to. You must decide that your goals are bigger than your excuses. Change is never easy. It requires courage and patience. It requires you to look inside and say, I am ready to do the hard work, but the reward is worth it. Every small step you take builds your strength. Every day you show up builds your confidence. Every time you push through, you grow. Remember, success is a journey, not a moment. It is built through consistent effort, through learning from mistakes, and through refusing to give up. You are stronger than your doubts. You are braver than your fears. You are capable of more than you know. So, start now. Take one small action today. Be consistent, even when it feels difficult. When your enemies come, face them with courage. Don't let them win. Your future is waiting for you. You have everything you need to succeed inside you. Believe it, act on it, and keep moving forward. Thank you for staying with me until the end. Remember, the enemies of success, fear, comfort, procrastination, lack of confidence, poor decisions, and lack of discipline are challenges we all face, but none of them are stronger than you. Every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to your dreams. Keep practicing your English and keep working on yourself. Success is not about being perfect. It's about being persistent. You have the strength to overcome, and your journey starts now. Stay brave, stay focused, and never give up. See you in the next lesson on Read and Learn English.